Hello, everybody. We're the Casual Anime Guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Trent.
My name's Brandon.
My name's Garrett.
Yes, and today we are bringing you back another installment of Casual Anime Discussion. Today we're going to be talking about Naruto Shippuden the Movie, The Will of Fire. So before we talk about that, please be sure to pause the video, go watch the movie, come back, watch this video. Welcome back. Before we start, how you guys doing? How's it been?
I'm doing good. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much same. A lot of work.
You know what's funny is last week is I was driving through town, right? And I had my music blaring, right? So I'm just like mind my own business. And then I see a cop car behind me with the lights flashing and everything. I'm like, "Oh no. Oh no." So then I pull over to the side, and then it turns out it wasn't going for me. It was going past me. I was like, "Oh, thank goodness." Like oh man, my heart was I was so scared. I was like, "Damn it."
I think that's bad. 4 o'clock in the morning last week, I was driving to a job site, and on the opposite side of the road at the red light going this way, there was a truck, and the guy looks at me, and he goes, I'm like, that's someone I know? Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, I think
look
you
at
gotta.
him.
I think you gotta narrate that he flipped you off
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're not
Yeah,
gonna be able to see that.
Oh
he
yeah.
flipped me off. He flipped me off, and I was like, who the hell is this? I'm like, do I know this guy? Maybe he's from one of my job sites. So I'm looking at him, and my window is down, and he rolls his windows down. He's still flipping me off. He's like, fuck you. I'm like, what? He's like, if you have cancer, I hope you die of cancer. I'm like, what the fuck?
What did that come
I'm like,
from?
yeah, me too, bud. That makes two of us. And I drove off. I'm like, I don't know. 4 in the morning, some guy was wigging out, man.
That's weird. Oh man, in the morning,
I had
don't talk to me until I have my coffee.
At that moment, I agreed with him. I'm like, yeah, me too. I hope I die. What?
Yeah.
I don't want to be here no more.
So the other day, I was going through the gate, and I forgot that I had like one of those Bang seltzers in my cup holder.
Oh,
It was like open. I had drank it like 3 days before,
those are disgusting.
and I tried it, and they're not that bad. I don't mind it for something different. But yeah, and I'm going through the gate, and the guard there is just like, "What's that?" I'm like,
It's a Mountain
I'm like, what? And he's like, that in the cup holder. I pick it up. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, it was just a can. It was just seltzer. My roommate was pissing me off one day, so the other day, so I just drank it in my car while I was playing on my phone, and he's like, so he takes it and he like turns it upside down to see if anything comes out, and it's dry because it'd been sitting there for a couple days. I hadn't been in my car, and he was he's like, can you put your car in park? And I drive manual. And I'm like, no. And I thought he was just messing with me. I thought he saw the shifter and was like, oh, can you put your car in park? No. And he's like, why not? I'm like, because it's manual. It doesn't have park. And he's like, well, how do you park your car? I'm thinking he's just messing with me. And I pull the e-brake and he goes, okay. He goes, are you left-handed or right-handed? And I'm like, I'm right-handed. Why? And he's like, stick your right hand out the window. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, palm up. I'm like, this is kind of weird. And I'm like, is he about to like slap a cuff on me or something? I didn't really know what was going on. And then he starts having me like touch my fingers and counting and stuff. And then I'm like, oh, you're not messing with me. I'm like, this is a sobriety test.
Oh.
Because I kind of forgot about the whole seltzer thing. 'Cause he told me to throw it in the back, and I'm like, whatever. So I thought that was cool. And then he starts doing that, and I'm like, And so he's doing this whole thing, and he's
it
like,
probably didn't
yeah,
help when you said about the whole e-brake and not being able to park it.
well, yeah. See, like at that point, like I was like, I thought he was messing with me at that point, so I'm just like, whatever. And yeah, he's trying to do this whole sobriety test with me, and I'm just being an asshole about it because I thought he was messing with me.
Way to
I'm
go.
like,
He was just trying to
oh
do his
man.
job.
Yeah, well, I mean that's like the first time like military police are usually dicks. So I mean he actually let me
Yeah,
go and stuff because
everything.
he's like,
Attack on
you know,
Titan, real life.
yeah, right.
uh,
I
that's funny.
because I mean he's like, yeah, I could arrest you or whatever for blah blah blah. Your command would be would go down really hard on you for drinking and driving and whatnot, but you passed the sobriety test. I didn't smell any alcohol on your breath, and I'm thinking good because I did have a beer when I was at Red Robin like half an hour before. So I was like, man, that
Yeah,
would have been a really shitty time.
Oh,
Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been a little bad.
Yeah.
Well, one beer. Well, did he have like a breathalyzer or something like that?
He didn't breathalyze
No.
me.
Okay,
He
then
didn't
you probably would have
breathalyze
been
me.
fine
No.
for one beer unless you're like
Got
a real
lucky.
Well, I was fine.
lightweight
I
or
got.
whatever. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not even
realized-
like your tolerance. It's your actually the amount of alcohol that is in your blood.
Yeah.
So that's not relative. That's not like one of those things where, I can handle it. It's how much is actually in your system for your size and
Well,
all.
he doesn't have X-ray vision. He can't see inside. You can see how much blood you have in your
Well,
alcohol. It's based on how you act.
How much blood I have in my alcohol?
No, what? That's not what I said at all.
I'm a
That's
crit.
what you said.
No, I
You
said
said how
he
much blood I
can't-
have in my
Oh,
alcohol.
how much alcohol you have in your blood is what I meant.
Yeah,
But
no, I
that-
have
that's
more
what-
alcohol.
Yeah, that's a good way.
I drink so much that I just have blood in my alcohol.
Yeah, leave some blood for your
It's
alcohol.
really pretty much. It's really.
Built different.
Leave some blood for
Yeah.
your alcohol. I just realized something real quick. I know this is stupid. No one probably could see this, but like my Venom shirt, because to me my screen's flipped on Discord, and it looks like it spells.
It looks like
money.
it says money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money. So that's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah. So today we're talking about Naruto Shippuden, the Will of Fire movie. We're trying to get all four of us, but Garrett fucked off again. So I am going to be on his ass next month, every day, for the next. So we can try to get all
What do
four
you
of us for
mean?
something.
Garrett's right there.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Garrett. I meant other Garrett. But
It's
yeah,
that asshole Wesley didn't show up.
yeah. fuck
God, I
Wesley.
hate that guy.
Piece of shit, cock ass motherfucker. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about Naruto Shippuden, the movie, The Will of Fire. Yeah. Oh, I guess this wasn't really. Well, this is sort of like Wesley's pick, my pick, whatever. Because I assumed you were gonna just pick the next Naruto Shippuden movie. So yeah, Naruto Shippuden, the movie, The Will of Fire, is about Naruto, and he's trying to rescue Kakashi, who is under control by Hidoko or something, whatever his name is. So he's going off to try to save him from killing himself, from Kakashi killing himself to kill Hidoko. And
Yeah.
so yeah, him, Sakura, and then everyone else, team, like you have a bunch of the other characters. Obviously, we have them in this movie and stuff, and they try to stop them, but then eventually they just are like whatever. But yeah, so that's basically the movie, and I think it's fine. Honestly, the first time I watched it, I was a little disappointed because I was just like, "Ooh, Kakashi!" Because I saw the Netflix thing where it show Kakashi when you hover over it. I'm like, "Oh, Kakashi's the main maybe a big part in this." I want to watch that. So, yeah, both times. I mean, it's fine. It's not the best Naruto movie though.
I wasn't a big fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just because I'm not really into Naruto anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole Takashi going to kill himself, basically, I don't see him ever doing that.
It's Kakashi. I think you said Takashi.
Takashi, whatever.
Takashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I could see it because he gave a pretty good justification. Like, he doesn't want anybody to die, especially not for him. And he already had to deal with a lot of death in his earlier years and stuff. So there's actual reasons why he had his ninja way is he's not gonna let his comrades die.
His will of fire.
His will of fire.
will of
Yeah, that's what
fire.
they're saying. That's what they're saying in this one.
What the hell is the will of fire?
Yeah, I don't know.
See, I thought the
fire
will of
passion,
fire
I
was
guess.
just.
I don't know.
I thought the will of fire was originally in the show when the third Hokage would talk about it.
Oh yeah,
just-
yeah, I remember that.
Because that was his thing, and I thought that was just your burning desire for the good of the village or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Okay, that's
apparently
probably
now
what it is.
everybody has their own will of fire. Everybody has their own will of fire, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It sounds
I
more
get
like a
it.
ninja way.
I will say though, going back to what you said about Kakashi, some of my favorite scenes were seeing. Well, first number one, seeing the reanimations of the first season of Naruto, them training and stuff. If Naruto was made in 2011, like Hunter x Hunter style, I would have loved to see the show in that type of animation, and also seeing. And I know we get this more in the show, but Kakashi's backstory, with his team and everything, them dying and stuff, I really like that. Cannot wait to get to that in the show, to get more expand more on that, but those are some of my favorite parts. I mean, Kakashi's like Brandon. I hope you can at least appreciate that Kakashi's a badass character. He doesn't show much in this, but in the show, like, oh man.
No, I feel like Kakashi is a badass character, but I feel like they completely dampened his whole persona with, like, you know, just letting it roll with suicide or kamikaze, whatever you want to call it.
That's how badass he is. He's willing to kill himself
Yeah.
in the village. You know, so
He's done a lot for the village, especially in his past, like when he was in the Anbu. So I think he also carries the weight of his comrades in his past dying, and I think that's a big reason why, like, it doesn't hurt his feelings that it's his time to go.
Well, that's
it's like, oh, it's my time to go. Okay, here we go.
That's shown in the show because he visits their grave every day. That's why he's always late.
Well, yeah.
So I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I think that is really great, and I think it's really cool part of his character. Also,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I think that's a big reason why he's not afraid to give himself up for the good of the village.
Yeah. So yeah, the difference in what are you laughing about?
I'm saying, well, shit. I'm like, he ain't special. I want to kill myself over every little mistake too.
I mean, yeah, but
Kakashi looks cool. You know, he's got the mask and everything.
If I get an eye patch, it'll be cool.
It's not just an eye patch. He wears a happy face, and he has the mask.
He looks cooler without his mask.
I like him with his mask. It's pretty cool. I've seen pictures of him without his mask. It's like,
oh, have you really?
Like, it's,
oh, okay, never mind.
It lessens why he wears the mask when you realize there's nothing really wrong with him. Like, it's kind of like, oh, okay, Kakashi literally did it just to look cool. Come on.
That like ruins what makes that episode special, where you get to see his face.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. Anyway,
because it's a one-time thing.
Mm-hmm. So one thing with Shippuden, like, again, like, it's super long. I still don't like it as much as the original show, but something I could definitely tell, and, like, I guess I definitely felt it more in this movie, but it definitely happens in the other Naruto movies, the difference in animation between the show and the movie. Because the show, like, I remember the show, it looks like shit. This looks awesome. Like, and I get it, it's a movie and everything, but, like, I could tell the difference more. But, like, with the original 3 Naruto movies and the original show, I'm like, yeah, I can tell the difference, but, like, you have, like, Rock Lee versus Gaara, which is really awesome. You have Naruto versus Sasuke and that. Like, those animations look as good as the movie. And so far through Naruto Shippuden, through the 53 episodes I've seen, I haven't really seen that great of animation yet, so just
it gets, I think some of it gets better.
I hope it gets better. I like in this movie how we get a little bit of an emphasis with Shikamaru a little bit. You know, him, like, having to stop Naruto and Sakura from saving him, even though he ends up towards the end just, like, being a background character again. So it's like kind of like, why did you do that?
He was just being used to kind of drive the point of the Leaf Village and the ninja, how they're always like, we'll sacrifice our man to complete the mission. Which I actually thought was funny when Naruto was talking to Sai. He's like, yeah, you were taught not to leave comrades behind too, right? He's like, no, actually, if it's perfectly okay to leave him behind if you complete the mission.
Yeah.
Like, wow. He's like, wow, you had a dark childhood.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, I like the bad guy. So in the Naruto movies, like, again, like, most bad guys don't get, like, a lot of development and stuff like that. In this, I like the backstory of the bad guy, like him being friends with, like, Orochimaru, Tsunade, and Jiraiya, but he just wasn't powerful enough, so that's why he started doing experiments. And then he ended up just being a Orochimaru, basically, kind of, because, like,
I was gonna say, it sounds like a Orochimaru.
Yeah, so, and I like his, like, kind of, like, I like how, like, he ends up being, like, he still looks like a kid, but, like, he looks very weird whenever he's, like, at the end, when he's, like, when Kakashi's holding him, and he has, like, that weird looking face and shit. It's so weird looking, but
sad fish.
Yeah, I know, right? And so, yeah, I liked Hiruko's backstory. In terms of the actual character, he's generic. Like, he's just like, I'm gonna take on a jutsu and stuff. So it's kind of like, okay. And then we get the Rasengan Shuriken Rasengan, wind style Rasengan Shuriken Rasengan.
Yeah,
so
that thing is so cool.
We get another Rasengan.
The Rasen Shuriken.
Really cool. I love that little niche with Naruto movies. At the end of every one, we get a new Rasengan. And then at the end,
Yeah.
maybe you two can tell me this. So like, everyone was like looking at Kakashi and Naruto weird at the end because Kakashi said something, I guess, and then they were all just like, oh, like Sai had that book where he's like, oh, like says here that when two women go through an experience, they share a deep emotional connection, but doesn't say anything here about men. And it's like they did some weird like thing where Kakashi implied something. I guess I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't get that. I was surprised they did that.
Yeah, I was just like, oh god. I mean, this is Beastar season 2 here. Come on now.
Because you know when guys do it, it's gay.
Yeah, it is gay.
But not with the women.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The way God intended. All right.
One thing. All right. So, what was the? Can you guys explain a little bit more in detail of why the Sand Village was like, oh no, because Hiroko or whatever his name was. Why were they like so on edge about that?
Yeah, and about to like attack the Leaf Village or whatever. I don't know. Like, it's kind of funny that like they're just like this close away from just like killing each other. It's like no wonder you guys have had 4 Shinobi wars before this because like a leaf drops in your leg. 3, whatever. Wesley, fucking Naruto expert, and like we'll just like I know it's crazy. I don't know why.
I was just like, I was listening so intently. Like the one part I'm like, why are they so like upset right now?
Because I think they thought Gaara died.
Yeah, but like
they thought Gaara was dead, so they were gonna say, "Oh, like
the Sand Village, it was
our Kazekage is dead because of you." Basically, is what I think what it was. And since he's like really the Leaf Village's only real advocate, other than I guess Kankuro and what's her name, Tamari. But the rest of the Sand Village has just always been used to hating the Leaf Village. Like we talked about Granny Cho, like she's still like up and only at the very end when she died is when she started to trust the Leaf, but up until that point she hated them even though they were working together. They were only working together because the Kazekage wanted it so. You know, so the Sand still has that distrust for the Leaf overall.
Even though Sand
and that was a big reason on why. So like if the Kazekage is dead because he's helping the Leaf, they're gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Oh, I just remember something. Also the bad guy in this is voiced by the military police guy in Attack on Titan and Petalcuse from ReZero. So I thought he did a pretty good job of the performance. So I liked him.
Yeah, he plays in so many anime.
Dude, he's also real good. Like in ReZero as Beetlejuice, he's real good in that. Like I love him in that. All right, worst parts, improvements. It's also one thing that's glaring is that they don't utilize the other characters at all. Like at all. Like you have a chance to get all the Naruto characters in here, and you don't really do anything with them. It's like, oh, we have it. Also, the villains' sidekicks or whatever or henchmen. There's nothing memorable about them at all. It's like 2 skinny dudes and some chick. Like okay.
None of them ever are. That's the thing. Like. When you had like it's pretty much like any other chase where they're all together, like the group of their peers or whatever are all together, and then they just kind of get picked off, and like each of them is matched up with somebody. It's a somewhat stronger rogue shinobi, but they're not that strong, especially compared to the Leaf. You know, they might be strong by rogue shinobi standards,
like,
but
pairing them off, like because like that happens in Naruto, like when they're trying to get Sasuke, it's like okay, Choji will take this guy, Kiba takes this guy. Like I like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like the same setup. Like the Sound 5 was not that memorable. Like the individual characters were not
memorable. I liked them.
I don't know. I think it's along the same line.
But the chick.
You guys
that's the thing. And this is only for a movie, so they didn't have several episodes. Dedicated to them for you to actually remember them. There was no backstory. There was no nothing for them.
Yeah. Any other parts you guys didn't like? It was very boring. It just like.
Do you guys know who voiced the first one of those side character like villains? The first villain they came across? Because I know he played in a lot of anime too. He usually always plays like a buff character in an anime. I don't know why. He always is just a buff character. I don't know. For those who know who I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. He plays a lot.
Voices. They're just so unmemorable. I don't remember.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh. I think he plays in Full Metal. I guarantee he does. I think he plays in.
Full Metal yet.
Gosh dang
If you can
I don't
name
know.
one,
He
I
plays a
remember.
bunch
I
of
can
stuff.
nail it. I can't.
When I was watching it, I was like, oh, all these animes he plays in, and now I'm just like, I can't even
can't think of
remember.
any.
It's so stupid.
The other thing I liked is seeing Kiba and Akamaru, or not Kiba and Akamaru, Rock Lee do the Lotus with Neji's full rotation or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's pretty
I
cool.
thought that was really cool. They did not do that in the show. The show
Oh
does not have
shit,
that.
Neji dead!
Yeah, Neji.
Spoiler. Oh yeah, Trent, you forgot to say spoiler alert for the movie. You suck.
No one cares. No one
Nah,
remembers
but
that.
I thought that was really cool. That was something new that I saw that I really liked. I'm like, man, they should use that a lot more because that was really cool. His primary Lotus with the full rotation or whatever.
Broccoli mixed with chakra?
Yeah, because he doesn't really have any chakra abilities, I guess. So unless he uses the inner gates and then
Oh,
he becomes like
he has chakra, but he doesn't have ninjutsu or genjutsu.
yeah.
He can still walk on water and shit, and like up
Is that
mountains and
because
shit.
his
So he
hair
has that
doesn't
chakra.
spin?
His bowl cut.
His bulk.
You know what I mean? Remember that episode with Naruto? Oh, your hair spins this way, so you have this kind of chakra. No? No one? Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what? I kind of
I was
vaguely
just like,
remember that.
I was like, what does your hair have to do with your chakra spinning this way or
Because your
that way?
chakra, I guess your chakra just makes your hair like
What are you talking about?
And now it
go
all
in
makes
this
sense. Rock
What are you
Lee's
guys
hair
talking about?
just, it doesn't like.
Apparently, there was an episode. Was it in Shippuden or was it in the
No,
It had to
original
be in
one?
wasn't in
Shippuden.
Shippuden.
It had to
No,
be.
it
I don't
wasn't.
remember.
It was in Naruto.
What
Okay.
happened?
I faintly remember that.
I
It was
feel like it
basically
was
like one of the
Kakashi-
episodes where they were.
I feel like
It's
it
one
was
of the
Kakashi and
episodes.
Naruto at the waterfall. I don't
That's
know.
in Shippuden. That's in
Was
Shippuden.
it?
Okay.
Yeah, where he's
don't
trying to get him to basically control his Rasengan and the direction. Oh no, it was when he was trying to make a Rasengan. It wasn't Kakashi. It was probably Jiraiya
Maybe it was. I don't know.
helping
I just
him.
remember them
So
talking about the hair.
remember, so it was when Jiraiya was teaching him how to make the Rasengan, and he had to, so the chakra flows one way, like it's either
Mhm.
clockwise or counterclockwise.
Yeah.
And I think they were saying something about your hair,
His
like
hair.
you kind of
Like
rotated
if
that
you
way a
have a
little bit too.
calic, if you have a calic in the
Yeah.
back, Trent, well,
My entire head's a cowlick.
It basically, if you have a calic, it flows a certain way. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh, if your calic or your hair spins this way, you have this kind of chakra. Trent, you don't got chakra. That's
Yeah,
what we're trying to say.
Okay.
Where you can't use
I
it.
don't remember at all, but okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I kind of remember that now.
I can't believe I remember that.
Replay value. I
Nah.
mean, if I do a Naruto movie marathon, I'll watch it again. But I'm not gonna just like the first three out of the first and the third Naruto movie. I would watch those anytime, any day. Everything else, though, it's kind of like, it's fine. Like Bonds has been the best one so far that we've reviewed, I think. Or of the Shippuden movies, out of all the movies, it's the first and the third Naruto movie that are my favorite. But
I'll
Well,
I'll
I can't even
100%
remember what- Go ahead.
I'll 100% continue to watch the movie.
I can't even remember what Bonds was about.
this is that doctor guy and
Oh yeah, and the space shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that was a little far-fetched, I thought. I thought that
but,
one was a little bit far-fetched, especially more than this one. But yeah, so anyway, so me explaining, because I saw that look you gave me when I said I'll continue to watch the movie.
Yeah.
I haven't finished.
You didn't finish the movie?
So like I forgot to watch it, and we're talking about it and everything. I'm like, yeah, can't wait to do this review, this podcast on it. And I was thinking about it when we were talking about it before it started, and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't watched it. So I put that on. I watched it at 1.5 times speed, and when everything was like, when it was slow, I would just like forward 10 seconds, just to get as much done as possible. I'm like almost done with it,
Okay.
but I didn't finish it. That's why I said I
The
need
ending
like
isn't
a half
really
hour.
much. I do say one part I liked about the ending was when Hideko died. Like he saw like everyone around him, like all of his like
Spoilers.
Tsunade or
Haven't
Orochimaru.
seen that
Well,
part
that's
yet.
your fault. That's your fault. That's Orochimaru, Tsunade, Jiraiya being like, "Hey, we were all yours." Well, Orochimaru didn't say anything, but like they were like, "Hey, we were always your friends. You didn't have to do all this just to be strong or whatever. So, and then he just died and whatever. Anyway, yeah. Rating, final thoughts. I'll go first. I'll give it a C-. I because it's still Naruto, and I think there are some funny parts in it that I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. But besides that, the C-. It's even close to a D+, to be honest. But I'll give it.
I thought there were a lot of funny parts. I liked the when Sakura would get like extremely mad like she always does, and because with the books I has, it's explaining like when they have that emotion or whatever, they just girls get angry. So I just thought that was funny, and and she goes and like punches through the
Jail.
wall so Naruto, yeah, through the jail so Naruto can get out. He's like, oh, you went too far again.
Yeah, that's funny.
I give it a D. I don't enjoy
Yeah.
Naruto anymore. So
Yeah,
honestly,
I mean,
if there's Naruto's movies in the future, I'll probably just got to skip.
Well, I was trying to get all 4 of us for this one, so that's why I was trying to get you just to do one more Naruto movie. But now Garrett fucked off. We'll have to figure out. I mean, maybe I think next month we might have like a Dragon Ball Z movie. So maybe I don't know.
Did I ever tell you the anime I wanted to watch?
Afro
for the
Samurai?
short? That's what it was.
Yeah, Afro Samurai. Yeah, can't wait to watch that. Is that on Funimation?
It should be either Funimation or Crunchyroll or both.
Well, I don't have
Might be
Crunchyroll, so it better not be on Crunchyroll.
I have Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu has like both Crunchyroll and Funimation on it.
Does Hulu have Afro?
I don't have Hulu.
Check afterward.
I know.
I'll check afterward. But anyway, yeah. So, Wesley, what about you? What are you giving this?
I give it a B.
B.
It's good. I like it. I enjoy it.
All right. Those are our thoughts
Or
on
a B plus if that's a thing.
Yeah,
It is.
it is.
Okay, then yeah, I'll give it that because
Anyway, those
I
are-
enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, those are our thoughts on Naruto Shippuden the movie, The Will of Fire. Tell us, guys, what you thought about the movie. Be sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel for content like this. Be sure to go down in the link description. You can find the links to everything. If you're listening to this on audio, be sure to like, share, favorite,
Like,
shave it.
fair, and
Like
shave your
that, I
face.
should just say that so I don't have to say all the words. Shave it.
Also,
Anyway,
if you like the little lessons we gave about chakra, join again. Me and Wesley will be doing lessons every Friday.
about Chaka, did you say Chaka?
Chakra.
Chakra.
You said Chaka.
He might have.
Baka-da-kun.
Baka. Baka. Anyway, yeah. So those are our thoughts on the movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a casual anime discussion. My name's Trent.
My name's Garrett.
My name's Brandon.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Hands on my feet.